Welcome to Envirotube number 4. Well, it's going really well, Envirotube. We've had lots of hits, lots of comments. People are obviously interested in what Ku-ring-gai Council is doing with bush care, street care and wild things. Today we're in the field. Every month I rabbit on about what's on, what's happening. Today we've decided to gate crash one of our activities and go to Moonview. John Pearman is the person behind Moonview. A retired academic, he has a very real interest in sustainability and wants his house to be a living classroom. Every year, 2 or 3 times a year, bush care volunteers and also people from wild things and street care and park care are given the opportunity to come along and actually see sustainability in action.
This particular skylight doesn't have a laser lens, and that's because I like to watch the passing cloud, the canopy, the birds, even the rain coming down. And the other thing you see here, all of the verandas are screened. The screens are made of stainless steel, but they're finished in black so that you see straight through them. They have a very high fire rating, which means they won't let cinders in. They keep out most insects, and they keep out quite a lot of burglars, but not all. Now the trouble, of course, making a house secure is if something goes wrong, you're in bother. Now these have a simple device, which if I may come here, called a safe escape. If I want to get out, I just touch the safe escape and out I go.
You're here for the tour of Moonview. How are you finding it?
Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. My brain's ticking away with all the things that I'm learning from John as he guides us through.
Really good. Do you think you'll be able to do anything at your house as a result of seeing this?
I'm hoping to. I've been long interested in trying to be more attuned to the environment, and I've already been turning my place into a refuge for plants and creatures.
Oh, how are you finding this tour of Moonview?
Oh, well, this has been about 6 months in the waiting. So, we've always walked up and down this street and not taken enough notice of the house itself and the architectural elements of it.
Just the concept of the whole building, I'm just blown away by the thought that's gone into the actual architecture.
Would you recommend this tour to other people?
I'd say come now before you build a house or before you renovate. Learn and then start implementing some of the ideas.
If you look behind me, you can see a valley filled with natural vegetation. It really seems as though we're in the middle of nowhere, but we're not. We're actually in the middle of Gordon, 20 minutes from the CBD. Have a look. Just to my left, this house is filled with sustainable ideas. It's got a compostable toilet, it's got a roof garden, it's got rainwater tanks, it's got solar power, it's got so many passive energy features. It's truly, truly amazing. You can see the rainwater tanks. Well, they help make John self-sufficient from the potable water situation. But behind me is a compostable toilet. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first heard about compostable toilets, I'm thinking of those pit toilets that you experience when you go camping, and the whole thought gave me the horrors. Who would want a compostable toilet? But they're completely different. They're just like a normal toilet. And did you know that a family of 4 using a compostable toilet ends up with about 1 kilogram of waste? Because most of what goes into a toilet is gas and water, and it all just gets broken down to nothing. The only thing is, you cannot be taking antibiotics. You kill the bacteria that's breaking everything down and you ruin it. So in fact, John won't let people use his toilet because he can't rely on them not to be using antibiotics. If you want to see Moonview, you've got to be part of the Ku-ring-gai Council suite of environmental programs because it's advertised as a tour, as a seminar for volunteers. It's really, really interesting, this house, perhaps one of the most interesting houses in Ku-ring-gai. It's got solar power. You can see the panels. And behind me, if you look really carefully, on the roof you can see little tufts of grass because John believes in rooftop gardens. So he's got a rooftop garden. In fact, this house is a homage to Frank Lloyd Wright. It's really worth doing the tour. You'll find all sorts of things out that you didn't know. John's got a thing about chairs. You want to know about chairs? Come to this tour. You want to know about passive solar? Come to this tour. You want to know about what plastic to use or not to use? Come on this tour. And we're going to be doing a couple next year. So you've missed out this year? Don't worry, come next year. You will really, really be glad that you made the effort.